Hi, everybody. Today I want to talk about how quote unquote positive cards can be problematic in a reading, and conversely, how quote unquote problematic cards can actually come bearing good news, and how our gut feelings, our intuition, our flashes of insight that occur during a reading, how they play a role. I don't know where I heard the following story. But it illustrates what I'm trying to say perfectly, so I'm going to use it as an example. Say a querent approaches a tarot reader and says, I'm thinking of doing something that some might perceive as shady, and I want to know if I'm going to get away with it. So the tarot reader shuffles up and draws the sun. The sun is usually associated with positive outcomes and success, but she is not happy to see the sun for some reason. That was her gut talking to her, but she allowed fear to lead her to second guess herself, and she just went with the traditional meaning. Yeah, you'll likely get away with it. The sun is all about success and positive outcomes. So the querent goes off and does this shady thing, and they end up getting caught at the end of the day. All is revealed. They're exposed. And the tarot reader thinks about it and says, I really missed an opportunity. I knew there was something off about the sun, but I didn't follow that instinct. And my querent kind of paid for it. I mean, you can always protect yourself by avoiding doing shady things to begin with, but for the sake of the example, what the sun was trying to say, she realized, was they were going to be exposed. It didn't mean success in that scenario, and that's probably why I felt weird about it. What does the sun do to shade? It obliterates it. It removes it. Interestingly, the moon, a card we're usually uncomfortable with, would have indicated a better outcome in that scenario, since the moon is all about secrets and things remaining hidden. Whenever you feel kind of wonky about a positive card or feel good about a quote unquote negative card, follow that. That's your intuition talking to you. Tarot isn't a fixed language, it's a conversation, and it's our intuition that allows us to participate in that conversation rather than just reciting definitions or traditional meanings. For example, the tower looks scary. It looks really dramatic, but it can mean something that wasn't right for you being cleared away, something that was unstable to begin with being cleared away to make room for something positive, something that's actually going to make you happy. The devil looks heavy, feels heavy, but it can point to patterns that are keeping you stuck. Patterns and habits that, if you address them, will help you be free. The star, which is a beautiful card, doesn't necessarily mean an immediate resolution. It can mean hope down the line, even though you might have to stay in an uncomfortable situation until you heal for the time being. So if you've ever had a card come up that didn't feel the way you expected, I'd love to hear about it below. Recently, I drew the Ten of Pentacles, and I just knew, I had that flash of insight. I just knew it was referring to a divorce. Even though the querent hadn't mentioned anything about divorce, I went ahead and I didn't let fear make me second guess myself. I went ahead and mentioned it, and she confirmed, yeah, the person I'm dating is going through a divorce right now. On another occasion, I drew Temperance, which is a beautiful card. But I knew in that, even though it came up upright, I knew it was referring to a lack of moderation. It was just my gut telling me. This new couple was spending way too much time together, and it was having a negative impact on the relationship. I went ahead and mentioned it, and they confirmed, yeah, I was going to ask about that later. We spend every waking moment together, and sometimes I feel like it's actually harming us. When you feel that, follow those feelings. Let them guide you. Let those flashes of insight inform your reading. When you hit the nail on the head, that's what builds trust between you and your client, and that's what keeps them coming back. If you like this grounded, non-dramatic approach to tarot, I have practical tarot notes in my newsletter. You can find the link below. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Oh, this reading. Yeah, because this was a reading. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for being here, and I hope you're having an amazing day.